Yeah. So the spring update for 2020 is out in Wiz currently, and with it brings a lot of cool changes that I personally would wanted to see. I really like the addition of Pet Mastery and the ability to just skip games and just instantly feed your pet. I think that's a great addition. I think that's a step in the right direction. I also know that there is, increased hatching cost and um, that is while that is kind of meh, you can also use gold to hatch your pet now, which is good because now you don't have to use crowns. Um, so in a way, it's getting more. It's more free to play than it was, except for the fact that you have to buy a subscription to somehow get gold. Obviously, with the update, there's also something that has been receiving a lot of backlash, and I wanted to talk about it because I think it's something important, and King's Isle themselves even addressed it. It's the new GUI update. A lot of people are confused about the change, and I am too. I'm not for the change, I'm not saying that, but I kind of wanted to give some explanation as to why they did that because they even talked about it, and a lot of people are still going at them for changing it. And like I said, most of the community does not like it. So before you, as you may know, you could view everything in your backpack or whatever. Like you didn't have to press. See this little control option down here? You didn't have to press that in order to see all these options. They were just displayed here, so you could see this cards and stats and jewels and all that without having to right click and view all that. Like that's something that people are annoyed about because it takes a couple extra clicks, which is and it feels a little clunky, which I agree with. It's something that a lot of people aren't happy about. Um, and I think it's a very weird change, but they did actually release a statement on why they did that, and I have it. I'll put it up right here. Essentially, it's basically saying with all of the things being added and everything being adjusted, stats and other things found within the gear were starting to go off the boxes, like the little boxes right here. Um, so it didn't look right. So that's why they added the addition, and they're pretty much unable to reverse it. But I know that they're thinking of ways to make this change better. Because right now, a lot of people are not happy with this change, including me. I think the old way was better. Or the old way of viewing things was better. I never had um, a problem with it. But if they want to go in this direction, I think they could do this better. Personally, I think they could make it so that you just have to hold control without clicking. See, right at the bottom it says control and click. Whereas if you hold control, all the stats will appear, and then once you let go, they'll disappear. This is also true for friends. So if you look at your friends, immediately you'll see all their stats, but you won't see any of their jewels or anything unless you right click. Um, I will say I do really appreciate the find item thing that they added. Um, Personally, I think that's a really good addition to the GUI. I think it's very good because I have found myself wanting to know where certain things come from. But I think right clicking, control and right clicking just isn't necessary. I don't know. It's like it's very clunky. It's kind of an interesting system. I also don't know why they display the character instead of displaying the stats immediately. I don't know if that's a bug right now. They just had an update last night, so I don't think it's a bug because that would have been one of the first things they changed. So I guess this was intentional, but I don't know. I kind of miss looking at someone's stats before I actually look at the character itself. I don't know. But yeah, that's just a minor change. That doesn't really matter that much. But the GUI update I think it was a good idea to make things fit on the screen, but I think it was poor execution. I don't think they thought it through enough. Um, and I think they could be changed to just holding control and viewing it instead of control and clicking. Another issue with the update with this GUI update is that when you're in a boss fight or any fight for that matter, questing, and you get gear from your drops, I'll play a video right now. You can't actually right click it anymore without viewing the stats, which is so annoying to me. I like farming is so annoying now because of this. Um, but yeah, that's really all I have to say. That's like the one problem that everyone has with this update. Besides the whole hatching cost, I know that was a big thing on Twitter where everyone was freaking out about that. But honestly, it doesn't. I mean, that's not like too important to me. Like if I want, I barely hatch pets anyway, so I always will have gold on me. It doesn't really matter. Um, but I think this problem with the update is interesting. It's very not great, in my opinion, and I think it should be talked about. I think there should be ways we can come up with to change this, but who knows? I know they're working on it because I'll put some tweets up here, and I'll put I'll put everything you need to see on screen. But I think it's a very weird change. I don't know why they needed to do this. Um, to view the old system was way better than the current one now, in my opinion. But I do know they are working on it. So that's all I wanted to talk about. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.